sideline a bunch of times, but you've never been on the sideline quite like that. How long did it take you to get the hang of it? Was it as fun as it seemed like it would be?
Yeah, it was good. It was exciting. There's a lot of, you got a new team, new offense, and got guys in different roles. But everybody was anxious for the last month really to get started with the season. But I was very pleased with the way the offense played, especially the way that we came out the gate. It's really something that we've really talked a lot about over the last week. In 2011, we didn't come out with the right focus, and had to score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion just to tie it up at half. And we didn't want that to be our first impression this year as an offense. And I think the guys responded and came out really fast, so we're pleased.
What's going through your mind when you see Mike Williams laying there at the goalpost?
Yeah, you hate that. When you've got these high caliber athletes, these guys play fast, and there's a lot of collisions and things that happen in the game, so you know that there's a possibility. I mean, that's why we've got 8 guys in our group, and we talk about it all the time. We're not going to go through the whole season without somebody getting hurt, and so we cross-train a lot of guys. But just hating for Mike, he's worked extremely hard. All in the off seasons, had a great fall camp. And, the best news right now is not about the football. It's that, he's up moving around, and it's going to be fine in that extent. I got full confidence that we've got plenty of receivers in that room that'll be able to get the job done until he gets back.
So, Clayton, apparently it's a neck sprain. Do you know how long Mike will be out?
Yeah, I don't think any of that's confirmed exactly. I think right now they're still doing some tests and getting all that back, and I'm sure Coach Sweeney will have more on that later on. But the biggest relief was just, that he's up, moving around, has full movement, and we'll figure out the football thing later on.
How important was it to get so many guys touches in the football game? A lot of these are freshman guys getting their first touches, but so many guys got involved. 12 guys caught the ball.
You never know going into a game exactly how the game's going to go, but we've practiced a lot of guys. One thing Coach Sweeney does maybe different than some other coaches is we rep 3 groups a lot of times. So we've got a lot of guys that have been repping for the last month, and so we really believe that you want to play as many guys that deserve to play. And I think we had 20 guys that touched the ball today at a skill position, and that's really special. That speaks to the depth, and also speaks to those younger guys, the way that they've been practicing and preparing for the moment. So I was really happy for a lot of those young guys, and we're going to need them as the year goes on.
Individually, your thoughts on Ray and just the way he looked like he's been here for 4 years?
Yeah, I was very pleased. We've kind of got ourselves into a spot now where every year we're just assuming these wideouts come in, and these freshmen come in, and they're ready to play. And Ray, he played today just like he's been practicing. No big deal. For some guys, the game's a little bit faster for them as freshmen, but for him, it's really just like high school. And I was glad to see he was able to come out and have the success that he's had in practice all fall camp. So no surprise there, but it's good to see him be able to do it on the first big stage.
I wrote that this really, except for Mike Williams' injury and maybe however Ryan Norton is, couldn't have gone any better today.
Yeah, I think really you want to be able to come out of it and get a lot of guys opportunities early on, because you never know how the season's going to go. Some games allow for that, some games do not. Right. So this is a good opportunity for a lot of guys to kind of get that experience. And you can practice, you can show them video, you can tell them about it, but they literally have to get out. And it's not just the true freshmen. You got a lot of redshirt freshmen. Trevion Thompson, being able to go out there and play for the first time, and Hunter Renfro, a guy that we've talked about, being able to go out there and be able to complete and make those catches just like he has in fall camp. So, it's always a good thing when you can play a lot of guys, and we're very fortunate we're able to do that today.
What are your thoughts about how Garrett Williams acquitted himself today?
Yeah, I'm spending all the game kind of watching my guys, so I think the fact that we didn't notice him was probably a good thing. Usually these young guys up there maybe jump off sides or maybe get a holding call or something like that, but very seamless. I don't think we had really any substitution issues. Got a lot of tight ends that are playing, so sometimes that can be an issue. But I'll be really excited to watch the video and see how he played.
Speaking of not noticing anybody in the offensive line, I looked out there and there was Falcinelli and Hearn and early. Talk about that.
We really, it's not coach speak that we say we feel like we've got 10 offensive linemen that can play. And Coach Sweeney went down there, I think maybe after the second series, and said, I want the whole second group going in. And so I think, that speaks to the trust that we have in those guys. And, I think all of those guys, it was great for them to be able to get out there and just builds to the depth of the offensive line, really a position we haven't had that much quality depth through the last few years.
How important is it to now have actual game tape to teach off of?
Yeah, and that's the big thing. You know, you've got scrimmage opportunities and obviously practice video. There's nothing like everybody getting off and getting in that game environment. And, you know, usually we like to say you have your, you know, most progress from game 1 to game 2.
Right.
And so that's something we'll challenge everybody. I mean, even though we came out and everybody felt really good about the win, there's going to be a lot of stuff to correct. But that's the exciting part too, the early part in the year. We definitely can play better, and that'll be everybody's charge as we come out next week, is to improve on the mistakes that we made today, because there's definitely plenty of things to coach off of.
What's your evaluation of the quarterback position?
Yeah, well, I mean, the fact that we're able to play 3 guys, I think that speaks a lot. I've been pleased with really all 3 of those guys. Obviously, Deshaun came out just like you would want him to. And, you know, you could watch the last couple of days, and there's been a lot of high-profile teams go out there and not be real sharp. And so we really reminded our guys of that. You know, they've been able to see something that, hey, we want to come out and play sharp. And I think Deshaun came out, and I think we had a touchdown every drive that he was in there. And not only that, but played fast. We had 50 plays, 49, 50 plays right there in the first half. And then, you know, Nick came in, and other than the fumble and maybe taking a sack where he could have threw the ball away, I thought he made some really good reads and you know, threw the ball where it's supposed to go. And then obviously Kelly being able to get in there, I think, you know, he showed something in the wild play with the snap going over his head. How many true freshmen would have, you know, kind of the composure to be able to pick that ball up and get it out of there? You know, a lot of guys would probably just fall on the ball right there, and you have a freshman teaching moment. But all 3 of those guys, it was a good experience for them to get out there, and we'll look for them to hopefully be able to continue to do that here as we go through the season.
You talked about for Nick, Deshaun, that you guys have been playing together for years.